Hello, my dear students. Please subscribe our YouTube channel for more free video lectures and click on bell button for notifications and visit our website to purchase full course.
So friends, hope you understood introduction well, and this is a general pattern of implicit assumptions. Now read the given directions perfectly. Now you see, you have clearly given, look at this, in each question given below is given a statement followed by two assumptions numbered 1 and 2. So in this model, I gave only two assumptions, but not compulsory that every time in your pattern you always have only two assumptions. There may be 5 assumptions, there may be 3 assumptions, or you may be just asked what is the assumption of the author. So that means you have to only choose only one. So it can be, the pattern can be different, but the procedure and understanding is same. So now look at here, what is an assumption? You have given some information clearly here. Look at this. An assumption is something supposed or taken for granted. Taken for granted what? So the speaker is taken for granted that I told this, so this part is already understood. Okay, so that part is taken for granted, we are telling. You have to consider the statements and the following assumptions and decide which of the assumptions is implicit or implicit in the statement. Now, you look at this one, how you have to go with. If only assumption 1 is implicit. Assumption only 1 is implicit when you're choosing this option, it is definite for you to prove that assumption 2 is wrong. Understood? So unless you prove assumption 2 is wrong, you cannot choose 1. So make this point very sure. Similarly, when you're coming to only assumption 2 is implicit. So you have to prove compulsorily that assumption 1 is wrong. So please be sure whenever you're using the word only, then you have to prove others are wrong. If you have given 5 assumptions there and you have given that only 3, only 4, only 2, and you want to choose any such option, then you have to prove that remaining assumptions are wrong. Okay, so once again, let me repeat that how you are proving the other assumption or assumptions are wrong. Number 1, when you negate the given assumption and the negation matches the statement, then the assumption is wrong. I repeat, when you negate the assumption and the assumption matches the statement, then it is wrong assumption. Okay, then the second one is if the given assumption is irrelevant to the statement. Okay, likewise, you have to prove they are wrong. Now, coming to the third option, if either 1 or 2 is implicit. This is another important one because most of the time students get confused between option 3 and option 5. Look at option 5. If both 1 and 2 are implicit. Now, in these two things, what you generally do, when you have to choose either 1 or 2 is implicit, you have to prove 1 is right and also you have to prove 2 is right. You got the point. You have to prove 1 is right, you have to prove 2 is right. So in fifth option also, both 1 and 2, here also you are proving that 1 is right and also 2 is right. Then how to make a choice between third option and the fifth option? Yes. Now you please look at this one. If you have to choose number 3, that is either 1 or 2, the time if 1 is right, then 2 should become wrong. If 2 is right, then 1 should become wrong. So how it is possible? For example, look at this statement. I just gave one oral statement. Listen to this carefully. Carry umbrella with you. Carry an umbrella with you. Mother told her son. Okay. So, mother advising, suggesting the son carry an umbrella. So, what is the opinion of mother? Why did mother suggested her son to carry an umbrella? Either it is a rainy day. For example, your assumption will be like this. Number 1, it is a rainy day. Assumption 2, it is a very sunny day. Now, you look at this one. When it is a rainy day, yes, son has to carry an umbrella with him. If it is sunny day also, to protect himself from hot rays, then also he has to carry an umbrella with him. But rainy day and very sunny day cannot be together, right? So either the day is sunny day or the day is a rainy day, that's what mother suggested the son to carry an umbrella. Got it? So when number 1 is right, 2 cannot be possible. When 2 is right, 1 cannot be possible. Understood? So in that way, you have to make a difference in understanding either 1 or 2, both 1 and 2. Got it? So when you come to both 1 and 2, yes, 1 is correct. That time it is not necessary 2 has to be wrong. 2 can also be correct in its way. 1 can also be correct in its way. So 2 do not have any contradiction between them. So you can make a choice. Both 1 and 2. And this fourth one you have understood, neither 1 nor 2. So when you're proving that 1 is wrong and 2 also wrong, then you make a choice of 4. Understood? So this is how we will make a choice, okay, to give the answer. Now let's go to the questions. So now let me just come to a question. Now look at statement 1. It's important to remember that emotions like depression do not happen to you. You don't catch depression, you create it, like every other result in your life, through specific mental and physical actions. A leading psychiatrist. Now, you please look at this one. Who made this statement? Psychiatrist. This person made the statement. Now you have to become the psychiatrist. Got my point? You have to become the psychiatrist. I mean to say, you have to think from the psychiatrist point of view. Okay, so now let us look at the important words here, the focus point, because you should always remember the focus points, right? Emotions like depression. So here, depression, oh, 1 second. I need an eraser here. All right. Now, depression. This is one word you are finding. Now, let us write this word, depression. So this is one focus point here. So, depression is the emotion, but remember that emotions like depression. So, depression alone is not the emotion. There may be many number of emotions, but one among such is depression. Okay, depressions do not happen to you. Please look at this. Do not happen. They will not come like, I caught cold, I caught fever. It's not like that. It's not happening to me. That is what he says. Do not happen to you means it doesn't happen to you. But what he says, you don't catch depression, you create it. That means we are responsible for making such emotions. Like every other result in your life through specific mental and physical action. So to get into depression is only because of our action. I am depressed, meaning I am only the responsible for that. I am responsible for that means what? My actions are responsible for that. So what are my actions? He gave the two words here, mental and physical. Mental and physical. So that means what? My mental actions may result my depression. My physical action may result my depression. This is what is the statement made by a leading psychiatrist. So number 1, if you are mentally disturbed, you definitely catch depression. What do you think? It's correct? Correct? You feel yes, correct? But look at this word, very important word, definitely. Okay, definitely. That means what? There is no scope to leave it. Means whoever is mentally disturbed will definitely be depressed. But he did not say that. He did not say that definitely it happens. Says it is possible to happen. Okay, so if you are mentally depressed, you can be depressed, but doesn't mean that you definitely become depressed. That is very important point. You have to be very careful with. That's what I told you. Please pay attention on every word. So if this word definitely had not been there, then we would have taken this as an assumption of the psychiatrist. But he did not mention anywhere definitely. That's what I told you in my introduction. Always, never. These kind of words you have to be very careful with. So therefore, you cannot take number one. You cannot take number one. That's not possible because of the word definitely. So now you proved it that it is not implicit. Now let us look at the second one. Disturbances in life occur due to sum of actions. Yes or no? Look at this. Depression is also a disturbance. That is understood. That is what is the hidden point of the statement. Okay, emotion can be a disturbance, emotion can be a lively one, whatever it is. But he said emotion like depression, it is understood that it is one of the kinds of a disturbance. Disturbance in life. So the disturbance in life happened because our mental or physical actions. Our mental or physical actions. That's the reason why he said that every other result in your life through specific mental and physical action. Specific doesn't mean that from every action we get it, but because of a specific. That's what in the given assumption is sum of actions. Is it clear now? So therefore 2 is right. 2 is right. Only 2 is right. So your answer is only 2. Okay. So now let's go to the second question. Read it and try to make your choice. Yeah. Meanwhile, let me erase this. Okay. Now, let's look at the second statement. For every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. This is a statement made by Jim Robin. So now you have to think from point of Jim Robin, but still it is a general statement made by him, isn't it? It's not a specific one that we can understand, but this is what is the statement made by Jim Robin. So what did he say? For every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. Okay, you put efforts, you get rewards. But he says that disciplined effort. So this is one important word you have to pay attention for. Discipline. Your effort must be disciplined. Then you may get multiple reward, not one. You may expect one, but you may get more than one. That might be the assumption of Jim Robin. Okay. Anyhow, when you read the statement, your mind analyzes the statement many ways. But you have to pay attention on the given assumptions. So first, you read the person who made the statement. Now you read it and think from the point of the person who made it. Then come back to the assumption and try to match. Number one, we must put efforts. We must put efforts. Yes or no? You say no? Okay, let us think that you say no. Now, why did you say no? Your argument can be, it's not given in the statement that we have to put efforts. It's only given in the statement that if you put effort, you get reward. Right? This is your argument. Yeah? Thank you. So this is your argument. So you feel that number 1 is not a right assumption of Jim Robin. Not a right assumption of Jim Robin. That means not an opinion of Jim Robin. Okay, let us understand that. But now, I wanted to think from others' point of view who said yes. Some of them are telling that this is an assumption of Jim Robin. This is a hidden part of the statement made by Jim Robin. Okay, now let us look at their argument. Why did they say this? It is correct. Now let us see this. If Jim Robin thinks that there is no need to put efforts, then why did he make the statement? Right, he made a statement. There should be some reason. Why did he make the statement? If he feels that I need not to tell about like people have to put efforts. Therefore, then why did he say that for every disciplined effort there is a multiple reward? That means indirectly he is telling that put efforts and get rewards. Isn't it? Put efforts and get rewards. That means he feels that we must put efforts. Yes or no? Yes. That's what 1 is right. 1 is right. Now, let's look at the second one. No effort, no reward. No effort, no reward. Can this be the opinion of Jim Robin? Can this be the opinion of Jim Robin? Let's look at this one. Is he mentioning anywhere that rewards come only from efforts? Did he mention anywhere in his statement that rewards come only from efforts? He did not mention. Look at that point. He did not mention. But he said, you put efforts, you get rewards. Okay. If your effort is discipline, means sincere, if you sincerely put efforts to get something, you will be rewarded. But he did not anywhere mention that rewards come only from disciplined efforts. So when he did not mention rewards come only from efforts, you cannot say no effort, no reward is the opinion of Jim Robin. That is not the opinion of Jim Robin. Hope you understood my argument clearly. So therefore, 2 is wrong. 2 is wrong. So what is our answer? Only 1 implicit. Only 1 implicit. Okay. Now, friends, let's go to third question. Okay. Read, think, make a choice. Then I come back for discussion. Okay. Yeah. Now, yes. Now look at the statement. It is the mind that makes good or ill, that makes rich or happy, rich or poor. That means here, from the given statement, it's a general statement, not made by a particular person. So think generally only. So what is a statement? Only think from the statement point of view. It is a mindset. It is a mindset. Whatever emotion we have or whatever the feeling we have, whatever the state of being that we feel in, everything is our mindset. That's what it says, right? It is a mind that makes good or ill. You feel good, that means you're good. You feel you're ill, you're sick, you're bad, you're bad. That makes rich or happy, that means sad or sorrowful or happy. Rich or poor. Everything is mind. Okay, that is what is assumption. All right. Now, what is number 1? But here, dear friends, something is missing here. Okay, this statement, if it is a general one, these 2 will become these two will become wrong because nowhere given here. But if you have given something like A set to B, okay, so now let us think from that point of view. Here in this one, something is missing. This supposed to be, this statement is made by A to B. So you please write there, A said to B. Okay. Now please add this below the statement. A said to B. So that means now you have to think from A's point of view. Why did A make this statement to B? Why did he say this to B? Okay, now also understand the statement is remaining same. Okay, that means everything is a mindset. Whether you feel rich or happy, you feel rich or poor, or you feel good or ill, everything is a mindset. So A is telling this to B. Okay, but now your assumptions are different. Now A is a psychiatrist. Now, can you implicit this from the given statement? That means, do you think that A is a psychiatrist? To make the statement, is it necessary that only psychiatrists make the statement? Can you definitely derive this point? No. Correct? Yes. No. So it is not, because it's a general statement. So therefore, A need not to be a psychiatrist. Doesn't mean that A is not a psychiatrist at all. We don't know. We don't know. Might be, might not be. But from the given statement, we cannot say that A is a psychiatrist. We cannot say this because it is nowhere relevant to the statement. That only the psychiatrist can make this one. So therefore, this can't be the assumption. So number one, you cannot accept. Okay, now let us look at second one. B wants to become a rich man. Now, when you look at the suggestion, can you think that B wanted to become a rich man? That's what A is telling all these things to him? Definitely nowhere related. He is giving just a suggestion to B. It is not given clearly that what is a B state or what is a A state and why did he make the statement. But from the statement only we can understand that mindset is everything. That's it. So therefore, two also you cannot implicit from the statement. So now you proved that one is not possible, two is also not possible. Therefore, what is your choice? Neither one nor two. Neither one nor two. So option number 4. Correct? Yeah. So now, let's look at the fourth question. You think now? Okay. Now that is a statement. Upanishads are source of enduring strength and wisdom for living noble and great life. Who said this? Not given there. So let us definitely consider this as a general statement. As a general statement. Alright. Upanishads are source of enduring strength and wisdom for living noble and great life. Alright. So that means what? We can live a noble life. We can live a great life because we get some wisdom and strength from Upanishads. Only this much what is the understanding as a statement as it is. We did not get into the hidden point. First we understood what is a statement. Correct? Now, let's go to the hidden point. Instead of we are assuming, let us look at what are the given assumptions and let us think that whether they are assumptions of the statement or not. Friends, I wanted you also to do the same, because if you make your own assumptions, sometimes this danger happens. You make your own assumptions and then you look at the given assumptions. If your assumption is not falling in the given two assumptions, you feel that given two assumptions are wrong. That's the reason why, please, you don't make your own assumptions at the beginning, because for every statement we can make n number of assumptions. But we have restriction here. We have given only two assumptions. Only from that we have to make our choice, isn't it? That's what. Please see that. You read the statement. If it is a general statement, so then you need not to think from any one particular person's point of view. You only need to understand that what is the information and just analyze the information. Then you come to the assumption and then cross-check. Can that be the assumption or not? Got the point? Yeah. So now let us look at the given assumptions. They are the assumptions. Number one, there is a possibility to live a noble life. One who does not follow Upanishads cannot lead a happy life. Okay? Now, read it for a few seconds, understand it, and try to reach the statement and think that whether these are hidden parts of the statement or not. Okay. Made up your mind? Okay. Now, there is a possibility to live a noble life. Is it the hidden part of the statement? You say no. Oh, you say yes. Okay. So some of you are giving no, some of you are giving yes, and that is possible with every question. So now let us discuss from both the views. Say you said no. Okay. There is a possibility to live a noble life. You feel that it's not given there. Come on here. Because it is not given, that's what we are calling it is assumption, right? Assumption is what? Hidden part, which is not explicit. That's what we are calling implicit, which is not explicit, which is not clearly given there. But you are reaching. You are reaching. So, there is a possibility to live a noble life. This is what is the assumption. You feel no. Okay. Now let us negate it. There is no possibility to live a noble life. Negation, right? Because I told you, when you feel it is wrong, you have to prove it. And to prove it, you have to check two things. One is relevance, another is negation. So let us negate it first. There is no possibility to live a noble life. Now see, does this negation match with the statement? Clearly given, Upanishads give us strength and wisdom. That strength and wisdom make us to lead a noble life. That means there is a possibility to lead a noble life. So, when you are negating there is no possibility, it's not matching with the statement. So, negation did not match with the statement. When negation does not match, that means given assumption is right. Given assumption is right. Yes? So look at this. Telling, but it is nowhere given that Upanishads are the only source to get strength and wisdom. That is not given. And did not even tell that only Upanishads can make you, lead a noble life. Not given. But if Upanishads give you strength, Upanishads give you wisdom to lead a noble life, meaning there is a possibility to lead a noble life for a man. That means one yes. One follows, means one implicit. So now let us look at the second one. who does not follow Upanishads cannot lead a happy life. That is what I'm telling, dear friends. In the statement, it is not given that Upanishads are the only source of getting strength and wisdom. If it is given Upanishads are the only source of strength and wisdom, and that strength and wisdom make one to lead a happy life, then this would have been definitely implicit. But it is not given that Upanishads are the only source of strength and wisdom. It is one of the sources. Upanishads, one of the sources. That is what it is given. Had it been only, then that would have been given the statement. But telling that Upanishads are also the source. That's the meaning. That's the hidden point. Therefore, nowhere said that Upanishads are the only source of strength and wisdom. Therefore, you cannot say that one who does not follow Upanishads cannot lead a happy life. You cannot say this. Therefore, 2 cannot implicit. 2 cannot implicit. Therefore, only 1 implicit. All right? Great. Now, I give the fifth question. Read it, understand it, then we take a discussion. The earliest known Christmas market is said to have been held in Vienna in the 13th century. In the 13th century. Look at 1 focus point. Known. Okay. So, the statement is clearly telling that known market is from 13th century. Before that, whether the markets existed or did not exist, don't know. Don't know. Okay, don't know. So therefore, it is given known Christmas market. Got it? So the focus point here is known. All right. Held where? Vienna. In which century? 13th century. Okay. Now let's look at the assumptions. The markets are held only during Christmas. Look at this word. Okay, I write here. Only. Okay. Is there any such point hidden in the statement that the markets held only during Christmas? Not. But during Christmas, markets held. That point is clear. Okay. Please look at this. Markets held during Christmas. That point is clear. But only during Christmas, markets are held. That is not given there. Got it? Any confusion? I make it again clear. The earliest known Christmas market is said to have been held in Vienna in 13th century. Okay. In 13th century, we see Christmas markets are held. Okay. But nowhere given that markets are held only during. That word only is really deceptive. But during Christmas, markets are held. That point is clear. During Christmas, markets are held. But only during Christmas, how can we say before Christmas also there might be, after Christmas also there might be markets. But during Christmas also markets are held. That's called Christmas market from 13th century. So therefore we can't say that only during. Because of this word only, we are not able to prove one is right. So Now you have to prove that what is wrong. The markets are held only during Christmas. You can't prove it because of the word only. Clear? Great. Now come to the second one. No markets were there before 13th century. How can you say this? Known market, and that to Christmas market. Look at this, another beautiful point. The earliest known Christmas market. So we are talking here about Christmas market. Okay, we're talking about only what? Christmas market. But here we are talking about no markets. So therefore, this part is giving me a very clear information that I'm talking about a particular market, that is Christmas market. So therefore, no markets were there before 13th century is irrelevant, because when my statement is talking about only Christmas market, I cannot think about the other markets, the general markets, I cannot think about. So therefore, number 2 also not implicit. So neither 1 nor 2. Neither 1 nor 2. So your answer is 4. So please make a choice. Option 4. Okay. Now I'll give you the 6th question. TripAdvisor, the popular travel site, has announced the winners of Traveler's Choice Awards for restaurants. Now look at the statement and understand it. What is TripAdvisor? It is a site. What is a TripAdvisor? It is a site. And look at another important point, focus point, popular. Okay, what do you mean by popular? Popular means well known. Popular means famous. Yes or no? So that means the site is a well known site. The site is a famous site. Correct? That's it. So now look at the given statement again. TripAdvisor, the popular travel site, has announced the winners of Traveler's Choice Awards. Winners of Traveler's Choice Awards, meaning it made a survey. Because it has gone where? The choice. Whose choice is what? So that means what? It made a survey, right? And then it has announced the award. Okay, for what? Obviously for restaurants here. Okay, now look at the given assumptions. Think about it. People make restaurant of their choice. There's a full stop, not comma. Please understand that point. People follow the travel sites. Okay, here is also full stop, because if you put a comma, you feel a pause and something else is there. It's not there. It's a full stop only. Now, people make restaurant of their choice. People follow the travel sites. Okay, think now. Think now. Okay, now let us discuss assumption 1 first. People make a restaurant of their choice. Definitely yes. Isn't it? Because people made their choice of restaurant, that's the reason why the travel site has surveyed on it and then announced the awards. So I made an announcement for the awards of the popular, the traveler's choice of restaurant. That means what? People have their choice. Yes or no? Look at this. Announcement is for what? winners of Traveler's Choice Awards. Winners of Traveler's Choice Awards. So who are the travelers here? Obviously people, right? So that means the site had surveyed on the choice of the travelers for restaurants. Yeah, that means the hidden point is very clear that people make choice of their restaurants. So number 1 is yes. Now 2, people follow the travel sites. You can directly say yes because with only one word, popular travel site, it has become popular. It means people followed it. People follow it. If people do not follow the site, how come it becomes popular? Now you can put a question, you can argue with me. It might be this particular site, that is TripAdvisor site, might be the people follow. You may say that. But my assumption is about the travel sites. How come these two match? Very much match. Because it's not that it has to say that people follow TripAdvisor travel site. That means it becomes a conclusion. Where is the assumption? Where is the assumption? It has become popular, meaning what? People follow the sites. So they may follow they follow different sites and this has become popular. That means people follow the travel sites is absolutely the assumption of the statement. Think. Reached? Thank you. So what is your answer now? 5. Both 1 and 2. So your choice is 5. All right? Okay. Now, question 7. Okay? Yeah. I'll give. Now, this is a statement made by a particular lady, Lisa George. Now we read it. Yeah. So friends, look at this. Although, look at this conjunction. See, when it is beginning with although, that means there is a contradiction. Okay. So although the Great Wall looks fairly easy to ascend, which means it is not easy to ascend. How can we come to this conclusion? Look at the very first word, although. Look at the conjunction. So that talks about the contradiction. Although it looks fairly easy, that means it is not easy because although. Got it? So although the Great Wall looks fairly easy to ascend, climb, I soon discovered, friends, there is another typing mistake here. It is not V1 verb, it is V3. Discovered. Okay, ED. Please put there ED. I soon discovered that looks can be deceiving. Okay, so that means when Lisa George looked at the wall, she felt that it is very easy to climb it up. Okay, but when she started ascending it, then she felt it is very, very difficult to ascend the wall. That's what she tells here, that looks can be deceiving. I soon discovered, means she did not even, take much time to understand that the Great Wall is not easy to climb, ascend it. So therefore, although the Great Wall looks fairly easy to ascend, I soon discovered that looks can be deceiving. All right. Now let us look at the assumptions. What actually Lisa George had left the unsaid part in her statement. Okay, that's her opinion, hidden opinion, right? Now let's look at this one. Don't go by looks. Don't go by looks. Obviously, she's telling that. I soon discovered that looks can be deceiving. That means she's telling indirectly that don't go by looks. That's what she said. No, looks can be deceiving. So, number one is the hidden opinion of Lisa George. That is for sure. That is for sure. Number two, looks are always deceptive. Here the focus point is always. Okay. Looks are always deceptive. When you use the word always, you are not leaving any scope for the other thinking. That means looks are definitely deceptive. So what we look is not correctly. What we look at something is not genuine. Okay, but it's wrong. Lisa George did not say that always. If that is the opinion of Lisa George, try to understand. If that had been the opinion of Lisa George, then she wouldn't have felt that it is fairly easy to ascend the wall. She wouldn't have felt that it is easy to attain, because if looks are always deceptive, that means when Lisa George looked at the wall, she felt that it is easy to climb. But if this is her opinion, then she would have felt at the beginning itself, it is looking easy, but it is not easy. She would have felt that. But here she says, I soon discovered. So at the beginning, she felt it is easy and started climbing it up. But after climbing it up, when she started climbing it up, then she discovered that it's not easy. That means at the beginning she believed what she looked at is easy. Later she understood, she realized that it is not. That means looks are always deceptive can't be the answer, can't be her opinion, can't be the hidden part of her statement. Have you understood the argument here? Yes. Thank you. So you cannot take two. You cannot take two. Means only one implicit. Okay? Right. Now, let's go to the 8th question. Now, a teacher told in the class. Please remember who made the statement? Teacher. So now you have to think only from the teacher point of view. So now for some time, become a teacher. You become a teacher and then think that why did you make this statement? All right? Yeah, do it. Yeah. First, let us see what did she say. Reading is an important method of processing the information and using it for our purpose. Okay, so please look at here, two technical errors here. Processing the information and, please write that, and using it. It's not if, it. Okay, please make this correction, it. So reading is an important method of processing the information and using it for our purposes. Okay. So, teacher is talking about what? Importance of reading. Understood, right? So, teacher is talking about importance of reading. So, what did she tell about reading? She said that reading is a process. Okay, important method of process. Processing what? Information. Means whatever we are reading, that is information, right? So, that information is processed. Means analyzed, understood, and then using it for our purposes. So, look at the word purposes. But what is that purpose not given in the statement? Therefore, that point was hid. Why? Why it was hidden? All right. Now let us see that. Why was it hidden? Because teacher feels that students can understand the purpose of reading. Students can understand the purpose of reading. So teacher has taken it for granted. Teacher has taken it for granted that if I say reading is useful for our purpose, that means what would be the purpose that student can understand. Understood now? So therefore, reading is an important method of processing the information and using it for our purposes. So what is the purposes? Teacher has taken for granted that students can understand. So now, you are the student, now you think that what teacher has taken for granted that you understand it. Alright? Yeah. Assumption 1. Reading is important for speaking. Reading is important for speaking. What do you think? What do you think? Can that be the purpose of reading? Can speaking be the purpose of reading? Is that part left by the teacher unsaid? Because said that and using it for our purposes? Yes. Yes. So reading is important for speaking is the point taken for granted by the teacher that students can understand. Therefore, number 1 is the assumption of the teacher. Means that is implicit. Okay. Then, second one, students follow the teacher's advice. Now look at this point. Now look at this point. If someone gives any suggestion or advice, so what that someone really feels? Yes. They feel that to whomever we give advice, they follow it. That whomever, that fellow, whether follows or not, that is his discretion. That is his wish, whether to follow or not to follow. But the one who is giving advice, what does that person feel? Yes, he follows, or she follows, or they follow. So when teachers give some advice in the class, so what is the hidden opinion of the teachers? They think that if we tell this, students follow. Whether every student follows, all students follows, some students follow, that is immaterial. But teachers believe that students follow. Because they believe that students follow, that's what they give advice. If the teachers feel that students do not follow, then why do they give advice? Isn't it? Look at, your two friends are fighting. You went there and said, hey, please stop fighting. Whether they stop or not is immaterial, but what did you feel? Why did you say stop fighting? Because you felt that when you tell, there is a possibility for them to stop fighting. Isn't it? Yes. That's what. Think from the teacher's point of view. When this statement is made by teacher, that means what? Teacher believes that students follow her advice, follow her lesson. Therefore, students follow the teacher's advice is definitely implicit. Therefore, both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. So your answer is 5. Okay, friends? Now, let's go to number 9. Question 9. Farmers used constellation in the night sky for predicting the seasons? Constellation. You know that constellation means a particular pattern of the stars in the sky. A particular pattern, particular image of stars in the sky. So what is given here? Farmers used. That means they watched, they observed, they understood the formation of the star's image in the sky, in the night sky. Because night sky we have given because only in the night sky one can see clearly the pattern of the stars. Well, and that constellation they used for which purpose? For predicting the seasons. Rainy, autumn, summer, etc., etc., etc. So therefore, farmers have a particular way of observation and understanding of the images of stars which are formed in the sky and help them to predict the seasons. Okay, so this is the understanding of the statement. All right, now let's look at the assumption. What is the hidden part of that? Okay. Ancient farmers are the scientists. Are we talking about any scientists here? Are we telling farmer is a scientist? They have a definite method of observation. They have some kind of observation and understanding. Maybe through their experience, maybe from their ancestors' help, whatever it is. But we're not talking the scientists. They have not particularly made, the meaning of a scientist. They did not put something in theory. They did not put something in practical. They looked at and they made it. Some conclusion and then they predicted. So therefore, it is nowhere related to the scientist part. So we are not marking farmers as scientists. So therefore, one you cannot take. Okay, I write clearly here. Okay, one is not possible. Now let's look at the second one, the different ways of predicting the seasons. Difficult to understand this point. Farmers used. So we are talking about the farmers and they used. That means hidden part is now it's not necessary that only farmers use. Not necessary that only constellation makes the people to predict the seasons. But once upon a time, it was used by the farmers, which means there are different ways of predicting seasons. Therefore, only 2 is right. Okay? Yeah. We have 15 questions total. So we have completed 9 here. We have 6 more questions. Okay? Be ready.